Question for you, if the Bible is true, why has it changed so much over the years?
That's a simple answer. It hasn't changed over the years. So next question. So this is one of those objections that like people bring this one up really if they haven't done their research on the subject. Like it's one of these rumors that gets spread around. Yeah, the Bible's been changed, and one of the questions in the list of 600, or the way it was phrased, was, really the way we have the Bible today, it's really like a 2,000-year game of telephone. So one person kind of told the Bible to this person, and then this person told the Bible to this person. It was translated from Aramaic into Greek, and then it was translated from Greek into Latin, and then it was from Latin into English, and now we're just retranslating the King James Version. And the problem is it's just not true. It's not true at all. And so even real recently, I was reading someone's Facebook status, and they quoted a verse, and God is my hope, and something like that, and this person just wanted to be the killjoy for the day. And so they start like, yeah, why would you trust that book? And this is exactly what they wrote. What other archaic pieces of poorly translated, freely edited, abridged, added to, and rewritten documents written by authors who didn't witness any event in the said document, nor even heard a third-hand account of said events, do you hold as divine truth? I mean, that would be a great criticism if any of it was true. I mean, it was like, I read it and I was like, oh, I'm going to get this guy. Man, I'm Bible college. I majored in Bible. I'm going to floor this guy. He didn't know what And I was like, why would I debate a complete stranger over the internet on an acquaintance's status update? That would be awkward. So I was like, I'm just going to save this until I'm preaching a sermon on this. And now you guys get my response to that guy. And so here's the problem. So, if you kind of go through it, freely edited, abridged, added to, rewritten, sounds like a great argument until you look at the facts. And as we talked about last week, with the Old Testament, the Dead Sea Scrolls verified that everything we have about the Old Testament, I mean, it just seems to line up. There were no changes over time. And so we got found an Old Testament that was 1,000 years older than the previous one we had. No significant changes. It was all grammatical stuff, no theological changes, just little spelling stuff. Stupid little typing errors. Nothing significant of any theological value or substance changed. With the New Testament, we have 5,000 Greek manuscripts. So 5,000 in the original language. It's not a big game of telephone. It's not that our Bible is a translation of Old English, then from the Latin, it's not that. We have it in the original languages, some of them dating to 30 years after it was written. And when you compare the manuscripts, there's just no theological differences. There's these spelling differences, words, order switch, little stupid stuff. But if you're comparing 5,000 manuscripts that were handwritten, somewhere along the way, someone's going to have bad spelling. Someone's going to oopsies a little bit, and that's all you find. You don't find the significant, it was rewritten, added to, and this was, you just don't see that. And so, it's poorly translated. Are you kidding me? Like the ESV, I was doing some research on it. 100 guys with doctorates on the translation team. 100 guys that sit around reading Greek all day long, translate the Bible, and then they verify everyone's work, and they double check it, and the Hebrew guys are 100 doctors are doing this. That's poorly translated. Like, who's this guy that he can, has the credibility to say that? Like, how many doctorates does this guy have to be like, no, this is poorly translated. They don't know what they're talking about. It just doesn't add up. And so you're talking about rewritten, added to. There are a couple of issues where there are a couple verses in the King James Version that aren't in modern translations. And that's because we found older manuscripts since 400 years ago, and none of it changes theology. None of it changes anything. Just there are like a handful of these verses that aren't in the latest newer translations that were in the King James just because they were accidentally added or it shouldn't have been there in the first place. That's the closest thing you can get to, but it's not even theological stuff. That's the answer. It's just not true.
You want to hit that guy, don't you? You just want to punch him in the throat.
Got pretty worked up on that one.